crisis169 coming to you live with the power of YouTube through through Spectrum Internet, and you see behind you Titanfall 2 here. This is a topic I want to talk about. My last video was kind of broken because I was playing a game. I probably shouldn't do that because I'm not very easy to focus on a camera and talk to you guys while I'm trying to play a game. But the best can one. Do the best can this one here. Best can with this one. Now let's get rolling. Like I said though, is online gaming dying? What I mean by that is not like people playing games online anymore, but games like Titanfall 2 and Call of Duties. And Call of Duty is a prime example of what happens when you keep saturating the ground with the same garbage, you keep fertilizing the same manure every time. But what I'm saying is though, online gaming is not dying in a sense of it's going DOA, it's going to die, and we're all going back to single player campaigns. No. But what I'm saying is though, and what I'm looking at, guys, is that online experience is dying. Like Titanfall 2, for example, of a game that should have came out 3 months before it did. It should have came out way before, a week before Battlefield 1 or Call of Duty. It should have came out at least a month before. My latest was 2-3 months before. Because you can have a fan base on it, people can start leveling out, start second, third, fourth generation, regeneration to it. Then people get tired of it, they'll go on to Battlefield 1 and Call of Duty. Battlefield 1 is EA also. EA has a notion, of calling the phrase "screwing the pooch." They kind of have a way of releasing games that are damaged, just like Ubisoft. Releasing games with tons of patches on them, like Battlefield 4, for example. There, I played it on PS3, and I bought the $9 digital download version for the disc. Pop in the PS4, played that thing like crazy, and still had issues with it until they finally fixed it. Okay. Now, if you played the original Titanfall on PC or on the Xbox One, like I have an Xbox One, it was a very fluid, very fun game. The problem was the game died very quickly because of the fact that the game was very too linear. It was an online campaign that was a loop, but when I bought the game and played it, you had to go both sides, play IMC, then play the militia to unlock a shiny new Titan that was the org. Most people use the org or Atlas. The third one people didn't even use. The little skinny one, they didn't use it all. Now, the Titanfall 2, they have more Titans. Sorry, guys. Sorry, you gotta have to yawn. You have to yawn. You can't hide yawning forever. Okay, what Titanfall 2 was, they gave you more Titans. Now, the rumor has it though on the street is that with the new updates coming out, they may release some of the old Titans from Titanfall 1. You make it an org or an Atlas or whatever. I say bring them all back. I say have a retro, because you guys never played the Atlas Titans or the org, unless you played the PC version or the Xbox One version. Of course, now that's dead. That's like 2,500 people in there now, so it's dead practically. It's still alive, but not as alive as it was. I played Titanfall 2 about 10-15 minutes ago, and they had like 4,000 people on it, 4,500, 4,600 people on it. The game is dead. All intents and purposes, Titanfall 2 is dead. Oh, let's get below 2,000. No. To me, when a game goes below 10,000, it's considered dead. Because, yes, you have your spurts on the weekends, but this game had 30,000 people max on it. This game was DOA when it came out, because people just didn't support it. People want to play Call of Duty and camp and hide and spin twirl and do nonsense. They didn't know how fun this game is. And same with games like Overwatch. Soon later, the day will go bust. Sorry, same as Battlefield 1 and Call of Duty. Again, obviously Call of Duty, more Call of Duty than Battlefield. Only your hardcore fanboys will play each one of these games I mentioned to the bitter end until server gets turned off. Like Halo 2, a bunch of guys played the Halo 2 until the last person finally got logged out of the server. They played it until the very last second. dedication, but also some kind of weird paranoia right there. And also pretty sad to me because it's me, but that's what I'm saying though, guys. You know, these games, you know, are dying off. Online multiplayer games are dying off quickly. Well, look at World of Warcraft. Yes, they have like over 80 million people. And the game, that's one game. You don't see Titanfall 2 with over 100 expansion packs. You'll never see that. You'll never see Call of Duty with, you know, with like 100 or 50 expansion packs or DLC. It's called expansion packs on PC. Expands the game. Now, The Witcher, to me, is a candidate for the PS4 version of World of Warcraft because it had game been out for 2 to 4 years, and the last DLC dropped maybe I think about 6 months to a year ago, and it's still, you know, one of the most best games out there on the PS4, outside of Uncharted and games like Uncharted and Horizon, games like that. But that list of games that play online are getting very limited, because you can only play for a year or so. When the population goes down, all you're going to have your hardcore gamers who play, eat, sleep, and crap Call of Duty or Battlefield or Titanfall 2, who know every trick of the trade, who just spin twirls, no scopes, and run around like a beast, because they spent all their whole year mowing down 12-year-olds. And now they're like level 50 and they're just playing the game constantly. You know, and to me that's sad, because what it's doing is you're alienating a class of casual gamers who want to go in there and play without having to deal with somebody who drinks this amp and with an amp hoodie, a Call of Duty hoodie, a Call of Duty amp can, and a Call of Duty pajamas, playing Call of Duty for, you know, for 6 months straight because he had nothing else better. She had nothing else better to do with her lives. You know, I want to play a game online like Titanfall 2 and have a good experience. I don't want to be camped or spawn killed by some camper who just had nothing better to do with his life or her life, just to make my life a living hell because they think it's funny who spawn camp. This is why I stopped playing GTA 5 online. This reason right here. Because you know, GTA 5 online is hot. It's hot because the game is expanding. And the prime example, just like The Witcher and the games like World of Warcraft, what you can do if you expand your horizons. Now, GTA 5 nickel and dimes you. We have Red Dead Redemption coming out too, and I heard that game is pretty massive too, going to be online. I heard the Xbox 360 version was better than the PS3 version. I have to agree with that, because you form posses, have a lot more friends online playing it. So you have a lot of friends online playing it. Now, when Red Dead 2 comes out, see, I never played the first one. You go online on there. No, it's going to be like GTA 5, they say. If they keep covering GTA 5 like they'll cover this game, Red Dead, then the game will never die. It'd be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. The problem is, though, what Phil Spencer said was kind of stupid, saying that, you know, Destiny 2 will be like a World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft's been out for almost, like, 10, almost 15 years now. Maybe a little less than that. It's been out for a long time. The original one to now. Been out since say for a decade. That's one game, folks. One game itself in a whole. And what happens is, though, you got people like that who don't understand that when you play games like World of Warcraft, you're not playing just one game. You're playing a multiple expansions of a game that's been going on since, say, for 10, 12 years. Where you play games like Call of Duty, you're only playing it for a 12-month cycle, because that 12-month cycle up, you have a new game coming out called Call of Duty. Same game under a new name. And it doesn't change. That's why you won't see Destiny 2 be on the World of Warcraft. You won't see it. Because they want to milk all the gamers for Destiny 3. Or Destiny 2.5, and then 3, 3.5, and 4. And, you know, that's why Uncharted doesn't expand that much on itself. Or Killzone, or Halo. Unless you play half the Halo Chief Collection, we'll nobody play the line anymore anyway. Because the game's still broken, everybody's telling me. Even after they fixed it, they said. Okay? But that's being truthful, though, guys. You know, Online gaming is dead if you look at is dying if you look at the core statistics of each game itself. A game's life cycle is about 6 months to a year if you're lucky. Titanfall 2 died quickly because people just lost interest in it because they did not know, because they couldn't trust it or did not know much about it, because it came to get sandwiched between Call of Duty, or I think it's the most weakest piece of garbage out there, next to Battlefield. That's becoming a new Call of Duty. So it's, Titanfall 2 is a mixture of Halo, Call of Duty, and Battlefield all into one, with gigantic mechanized tanks running around. And to me, that's a fun game. And story mode in Titanfall 2 is the best I've played in a long time. But yet, people want to run to Call of Duty and Destiny, and Destiny 2 is supposed to be the game that we should have gotten Destiny, but we're going to get now. You're going to pay $80-100 for it, for Deluxe Edition, to get all the DLC that won't come out until Fragments anyway. So essentially, just like Battlefield 1 was, to unlock the French and Russian, you have to pay more money. So I understand what they're doing, but I don't like the online, how online is going. Because it's like, okay, we'll sell you a $60 game, but we'll only give you, 40% of the game. But you want to become big man on campus or big man in Call of Duty, you got to pay us more money. And, in Titanfall 1, they had DLC on it. I bought it for $9, a great DLC, nothing wrong with it. But people got burned on Titanfall. And Titanfall 2, they gave you free DLC, and people just won't buy the game, and I don't understand why. Won't play Battlefield 1 and Call of Duty. If you put down Battlefield 1 and Call of Duty for a while and play Titanfall, you'll like it. Because it's a very over-the-top, hardcore meets casual gamer in the middle, where both people are evenly balanced. Nobody has an edge. You can be a level 4 regeneration and get mopped by somebody who's like a level 5 or whatever. Normal. Because in a normal first time player. Because it doesn't base time upon your spin twirls and no scope and twitching and spinning twirls and doing your stupid crap like that. It doesn't have that notion. All it does is play. It's a very fun game, and Call of Duty try to copy it, and they can't seem to copy it to save their life because they keep messing it up. Because they have to appease, Call of Duty has to appease to those hardcore gamers, the fanboys, who practically, manipulate Call of Duty like a person does to a flute. They're putting their hands in each hole and telling you how to play that tune. But Activision's been doing this for almost 30 years, making games. Now we're listening to a bunch of people who sit at home in their parents' basement, telling Activision how to make a game. And EA is like, okay, well, we're making it different. And EA took off and became the new king of the hill. They knocked off the mighty 800-pound gorilla called Call of Duty. It took a bunch of botched games to come out, Ghost and Modern Warfare 3 that was not, called Black Ops 3 that was not very good. It was fun, but once again, if you don't play it 8 hours a day, 7 days a week, you're not going to get good at it. It's not like Dark Souls hard, but if you don't play it religiously with intention of getting good and mopping the floor of 12-year-olds, you're not going to get that brass ring of I done it, yay, or whatever. And I'm more of a beat campaign and veteran kind of guy in Call of Duty. I beat campaign and hard and veteran on Battlefield and Call of Duty, and I put the game up when I'm done with it. I rarely touch the multiplayer. Titanfall 2 and Halo 3, and 4, and are the only ones I touch multiplayer on, because to them it's fun to me. Especially 3 on the 360, it was great. But people have to understand, though, that when I say multiplayer is dying, online gaming is dying, it's not saying that the servers are going to shut off. No, all I'm saying is, though, the games themselves are dying. Titanfalls, Battlefield, Call of Duty, they're dying because nobody knows how to breathe life in them. I don't care if Phil Spencer says, I don't care what anybody else says, Destiny will not become World of Warcraft. The Witcher And games like that can become World of Warcraft because they had the notion they are World of Warcraft. They have a following of people that still play the game years after they're out and DSO came for it. The problem with Witcher, the difference between Witcher and World of Warcraft is the World of Warcraft is solely online. It's like 80 to 100 million players on PC playing it. And now console gaming, no, will never get that big. I don't care what anybody tells you. Combined Xbox and PlayStation, yeah, they get that big, but by themselves, no. But that being said, though, would this new crop of Call of Duties or Battlefields or Titanfalls, will they actually finally kill off the gaming the online for each game? Will they make it okay? Well, this game's gonna last 6 months, or 2 months, or 3 weeks because of online multiplayer. Once it dies, it's a barren landscape. Now, is that what we're heading for? A 6-month game? You spend $60 on a 6-month game? So Johnny better play the game every single day, from day one to when he goes to sleep, if he sleeps at all, because he ain't gonna have much time after the games are dropping members. And Call of Duty Infinite Warfare to lose members the same day. So and Titanfall 2 is like down to 4,000 people right now. Titanfall 1 is at 2,000 to 5,000 people. That's what I checked about 6 months ago, a year ago. So you have to understand, guys, that's what happens when you do stuff like that. So, and when we live online, we cause games to happen. And Red Dead's gonna be the same thing. Yes, it'll be oohing off for a couple months, maybe a year, maybe 2 or 3. Hopefully, it's really good. Then after that, it goes right down to being a total again, where it's okay. So when you go, so I'm gonna play Call of Duty and Battlefield again. Oh look, GTA 6. I'm gonna go online and run around when people are down online. See, that's why it's just games to me are dead, like dying like that. And that's what I meant by it. Not the online servers are dying, but the games themselves are dying, online-wise. GTA 5 has been out for a couple years, and it's still going strong. And that's good for EA. Not EA, but Rockstar. And Rockstar and WB that made The Witcher are prime examples of what happens when you support a game years after it came out. But yeah, guys, this is crisis169 saying peace, love. Like, subscribe, and I'll holler at you guys later.